All right, so my wife just got a new 392, which we're super excited about. So I thought I'd share the buying experience and some of the unique features. We've only had it for a day. We picked it up last night. We actually ordered it just over 3 months ago. Came in last night. We went to pick it up and jump right into the buying experience. It was almost a flawless buying experience. We bought it here in Huntsville, Alabama, through Landers McClarty Jeep dealership, and specifically the gentleman we dealt with, Henry Steedley. He was awesome to work with. He ordered the Jeep. I think it took us a half an hour to order the Jeep. He kept us up on the progress throughout the whole process, and we ended up getting a really good deal on the Jeep itself. They didn't inflate the price. In fact, with some of the discounts that were available, we got a really good deal on the Jeep. So we're very happy, and we would definitely recommend, especially if you can deal with Henry at Landers McClarty. Yeah, he's the one to deal with, because this would be the third Jeep that we've purchased through them, and this would be the best experience that we've had. So, but anyway, back to the Jeep. This thing is awesome, and we've had several Jeeps before, several Wranglers, and this one is without question the best one we've had so far. Obviously, it's got significantly more power. It feels better, handles better. The driving experience is better. I did want to mention, though, on the way home last night, the paddle shifts. Once you engage the paddle shift, it doesn't automatically disengage. You have to manually disengage it through the shifting. So it basically shifts over and back in order to get it out of the paddle shift. So that was just a nuance that we learned last night with the paddle shifts. But I noticed that most of the YouTube videos that you see on the internet right now, they've gone over in detail the Jeep. So you've probably seen most of those videos. I will say that we can open the hood to show you. If you're thinking you will get one of these and put a supercharger on it, maybe if you get a different hood, but not with this hood. There is no room between the motor and the hood when it closes. So I think a supercharger is out of the question, but then a supercharger on this vehicle would be ridiculous. Already it's got way more power than I expected it to have. I also wanted to mention some on the suspension. Some of the parts on the suspension, for example, it does come with Fox 2.0 shocks, but these are entry-level shocks, and on this Jeep you sort of expect not entry-level. You expect maybe top-of-the-line Fox shocks. These are 2.0 again, and I would have expected 2.5 or even the new 3.0s, which coincidentally is what I have planned to put on the Jeep. My wife's just finding that out right now, but I did purchase the Fox 3.0, which will be going on the Jeep in the next couple of days. We also purchased some 35s, so we upgraded slightly wider and taller, just to give it a little bit more ground clearance. Also, it looks a little. It needs something. It doesn't have that aggressive stance that you would like, that we would like to see on the Jeep. So we upgraded to 35s, and they'll be in the next couple of days. So I'm going to do the suspension and the rims and tires all at the same time. And we'll post a video as I go through that. I'll post a video on the installation and maybe a before and after of the Jeep. But I love the color. My wife's in love with the whole Jeep. She's telling me this is the best vehicle she's ever owned. So and she's behind the camera now, smiling. So yeah, definitely, if you can afford it, this is the best Wrangler that I've ever been in. So I wanted to show you one of the things that I haven't seen a video on yet. So I'll get into that. Is the undercarriage. There's a lot going on underneath the Jeep. Things that where you would normally want to have room. So for example, after I ordered it, during the waiting process, I started purchasing some additional things, but not knowing how much room I had underneath the Jeep, I couldn't get things like air compressors and whatnot. So I'm gonna maybe spend a few minutes showing you the undercarriage so that you can see for yourself, if this is something that you have coming, how much room there is, and maybe where you can start thinking about putting things underneath the Jeep. All right, so this is from the rear moving forward, so that you could get a really good understanding of what we've got going on in here. Again, we have the Fox 2.0 shocks, which will very shortly be getting swapped out with the 3.0s. This is the slightly heavier duty axle, and that's the ring and pinion gear is significantly stronger. The axle housing itself is a bit stronger as well, and it's actually, when you're here looking at it, it's noticeably beefier than a stock Rubicon or a standard Rubicon. So that's kind of exciting to see that they did actually beef it up, and it's not just a gimmick. But you can see moving forward, everything's pretty much the same. The gas tank is basically in the same place, though it does look to be a little bit larger. I don't remember the gas tank on the last Rubicon being as long as this one is. But the dual exhaust, you can see here. Now there is some room next to the exhaust above for maybe a tank, or possibly, if you can keep it far enough away, the air compressor could fit right about there. But I'll have to keep an eye on that to see if that'd be a reasonable place to put it. But anyway, so moving forward, you can see everything starts to look pretty much the same. Things are in slightly different places, but basically it's the same. This is of course new. This is part of the dual exhaust system, and of course, this is funny. We're going to need to do something about the oil pan sticks way down, so we're going to need to get a skid plate or some sort of armor there. That is not going to last if we leave it like that. But otherwise, everything looks the same. The front axle is also a Dana 44, and that's the heavier duty Dana 44. The interesting fun fact about the current Dana 44s, they are the equivalent of the 1976, I think, Dana 60s. So they're actually rated at instead of 4,400 pound of torque, they're rated for, I think it's more than 6,000 pounds of torque, so they're significantly heavier than they used to be. But this is the undercarriage, and let me know if you want to see anything closer. Otherwise, there's likely going to be some videos on upgrades here in the near future. All right, so one of the last things I'll add to this video, because I also haven't seen any close-up videos on the suspension. You can see that these springs actually look the same. I'm sure that they're heavier than the stock because we've got the 392 motor in it, but they look stock. I mean, they look the same as the last Rubicon, but I don't know for sure. Also, the fender liners, I don't know what to say about these things. These are paper thin fender liners. These are I mean, I don't know what to say about this other than this has got to go. We're gonna have to do something about these fender liners. I've seen a couple of other videos where people have been able to remold these with just heat, so that'll give you an idea as to how thin these fender liners are. It's just not what I would have expected for the 392. I would have expected something just a little bit more, but who cares? It's just one more thing that we can upgrade. So this is a quick sneak peek of the Fox 3.0 shocks that'll be going on in the next couple of days. And this is a awkward side-by-side comparison to the 3.0 versus the 2.0 shocks. As you can see, there's a significant difference between the 3.0 and the 2.0. And here is the remote reservoir. The paddle shift that I mentioned earlier is here. If you do start to use the paddle shifts and you want to get out of that and go back into automatic, it's basically this shifts. This knob shifts over, and then you shift it back into drive, and that takes it out of the manual mode. That's just a gentle warning that we found out I guess the hard way is not the right term, but we found out yesterday pretty quick that it does not automatically come out of the manual mode like some of the other vehicles with this feature. All right, so that's it for this week. Next weekend, I'm going to spend some time taking some things apart, painting the undercarriage, and doing a few other things. Hopefully the rims and tires will be in, so I'll be able to do that because the Jeep looks great with the lift that it comes with, but it definitely, the tires need to be upsized. But otherwise, so far so good. But we're only on day one of full ownership, so I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching.